Hello everybody. I just wanted to show you something that you probably didn't know. So as you can see, this is on my phone. This is an Android-based device. You can see Facebook, which is what we're going to be talking about, and then my phone background. So really fast, I'm just going to show you some highlights. There's other additional settings and changes you can make on your own. I'm not going to touch on those. So the most important thing is Facebook. Anytime they do changes to Facebook, whether that be a new update or a new setting or a new feature or whatever, what happens is to our own personal Facebooks is all settings go back to default without us knowing. So what I'm going to show you is just that on how to readjust those so you can see the most important things that you need to see. So we're going into Facebook, and let me quickly do this. So when you go into Facebook, you are going to see your main personal page. As you can see, my feed's down there. Up there I can make a comment if I was going to make a post. And then you have all these other fun features. So what we're going to do is go to the three lines on the end there, and I'm going to scroll up so you can see the top. So first thing you're going to see is your personal page. Now I also have a business page, which is why it's listed below. So that's why it's listed there. Most of you are probably just going to see your own personal name page. So I'm just going to show you really fast, but I'm not going to touch any settings because they are personal to me. When you go into that, you are going to see your account information, your preferences, your audience stuff, your permissions, and your information and community. And you can individually go into those and make those changes and make sure they are what you need them to be. Not going to touch that because that'll show my personal stuff. So what we're going to focus on is groups and pages, which you can see here scrolling. Is the top two things on the list. So we're going to start with groups. So this is what the main page for groups looks like, and it's going to have for you. So this will show quick recaps of different pages that you follow and their most recent post, basically. We're going to scroll across here. As you can see, you have for you, you have your groups, and you have discover. So when you go to your groups, this is going to show all your groups that you manage and all the other groups, that you follow in a list. All right. So what we're going to do once you're under your groups is click up top. You're going to see the arrow, groups, the plus sign, which just to show you where I'm at, that is if you wanted to create a new group. We're not doing that. Next to that is that I call the sprocket. When you click that, it's going to open your group settings. So as you can see, you have notifications, pinned groups, following, membership, and invites. We're going to notifications. In here, as you can see, it's going to show the entire list of any group that you currently follow. I have a lot. Now, what happened is they just did an update, so it's actually showing all of them defaulted as highlights. Touching on that really fast, highlights is only going to show you randomly their posts. If they just made a post, let's say a minute ago, you're not going to see it. If they just went live, most times it's not going to tell you. So we need to make those changes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use my friends page to use as an example, because my own I cannot use because I'm an admin of that group. So it will not allow me to show that because the settings will be different. So anyways, we're going into Two Zebras LLC, which again I said is my friends group. So this is her page. If you click at the top where you see it says Two Zebras VIP, if you click the three dots, it's going to open up a menu here for you. What we need to click on, you can check the other stuff later, but what I'm focusing on is manage notifications. We're going to click that. We want to make sure that it shows for in-app notifications, everything is on. We don't want highlights. We want it to say all. Also, under push notifications, please make sure that it is on highlight. If you have this in off, you're not going to see anything either. So make sure that that shows filled in the bubble highlights. All right, that's one thing. Also, in that main menu that I was showing you of all the groups that I do follow, you have this little bar here that's in gray. If you click on that, it's going to show you options you can change it to. You can completely turn everything off, and there's some other ones. They're all in default of highlight. You want to make sure that that is also showing as all. Now, I don't want to see all the notifications to this group, so I keep it on highlights. But we'll go back and use my friends as the example. Oops, sorry. As you can see, hers is showing as all. I have two other groups above hers because I typed in words to bring hers up. You can see everybody else right now is listed as highlights because I haven't made all the adjustments yet. Okay, so those are the two pieces if you want to make sure that you change those settings to all right? The other thing is this will reoccur probably frequently due to them making so many changes. So something else that I have discovered that I'm going to share with you is under notifications, you have one that's called pinned groups. Click that. All right, as you can see up top here, I have a few pinned groups, which is the one I've been showing you, 2 zebras. I have Connect the Dots with Dots, Arts, and Gifts. That's another friend's page that I support and follow. And then, of course, my group is below that. So then you have other, which is everything pretty much you're following, okay? I'm going to click one just randomly in the list so you can see. You're going to click that little push pin that's white. When you click it, it removes it from under other and puts it in pinned. So you can see now it's on top. If I was to do another one, it would add that one on top. So you're creating your list. I'm going to remove these because I don't need them in the list. Now, you can't do anything else other than pin right here. So you're going to leave this menu and then you're back to your main group settings menu. You're going to leave that menu, so you hit the back arrow again, and then you are in the list for your groups. Now, as you can see, the top here shows pinned. So now I have my favorited groups pinned. So if they did make a change and I'm like, wow, I've been getting notifications, now all of a sudden I'm not seeing anything anymore, you can now just go to your groups, and the first thing you'll see is pinned. I can now go to the group, and I can actually click the 3 dots and make sure that my notifications are still on all. If they're not, and let's say it defaulted again to highlights, I can readjust it again to all. Now also, it also makes it quick, because if that did happen, you can quickly just find that group that you're looking for, and you don't have to search it in all the groups that you follow. So that's really, really handy thing to have. Of course, the groups managed, if you don't have a group, you're not going to see that. So when you open this, you'll probably just see pinned and other, which is everything else you follow. Okay, so that is groups. And let me touch on pages really fast. So when you go to pages, obviously I have a page, so it's listed there. If you have a page, it'll list it there also. Most of you are probably just going to see a white screen here with these gray options up top. All right. You will click on the last one, which is liked. And this is going to open up a menu that's basically going to show you any page that you have liked or any page that you followed. I'm going to just use the top one on here for showing purposes. So this is Texas Storm Chasers. So it gives me the option to click follow or unfollow. So make sure if you're following it, it unfollowed it. Make sure that that is blue so you know that you're following it. Also, you can click the 3 dots there. You can add it to your favorites so it's on top. You can also click on it and manually go into that group and click the 3 dots and make sure, well, this is actually a different menu. Sorry, it's different on pages. So scratch that. But if you did want to leave the group, that's how you would do it. But then you can manually go in there and look, and it'll be on top too. All right. So that is an important one for groups or pages. My apologies. But the biggest thing to take away from pages is to make sure that you update and like and follow whichever pages you like the most, or at least like whatever. And the ones that you want to be able to access quickly, you want to make sure that you click the three dots in this changes to pages menu and click the star. And I just removed it. I'm going to re-click those dots if it would let me, and make sure that I re-add it so I don't lose that page. All right, so those are the most big takeaways that's most important. Like I said, the biggest thing is make sure that you save, star your pages, and pin your groups. So that way when I go to your groups, it does show my favorites pinned there. That way I can quickly get in there and access what I need to access, and see my pages that are most important to me and see their most updates, because this is probably going to happen a lot. So I would highly suggest pinning the ones that are the most important that you want to get every update about, and then changing them manually to highlights, which again, that is really fast. Clicking that sprocket there, going to notifications, and changing it from highlight to all. I'm going to change that back to highlight. All right, so that is that, y'all. So we're going to go back to my main page, and there we are. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that helps you out. You can go through those other settings and adjust those as you need. But those are what I have found out, and hopefully that'll help you to be able to follow your groups and pages that matter the most, so you can see them all the time. Thanks for watching.